Hey. So anyway, so now I can talk on both platforms. So I get a lot of questions about it. And I'm going to tell you, they are GLP-1 receptor antagonists. So what does that mean? I'm not going to go into the pathos so much, but just know that GLP, glucagon-like peptide, is secreted by your intestinal epithelium. So your lining of your gut, okay? And what it does and how it helps with weight loss is it basically slows down gastric motility. So what is gastric motility, Natasha? I gotta talk in layman's terms, so bear with me. Your gastric is your gastric tract, your GI tract, your gastrointestinal tract is comprised of your mouth. It starts in your mouth, your esophagus, your stomach, your small intestines, and your large intestines, okay? Now, the emptying coming from the mouth down to the belly through the whole tract, okay? So it slows this down. What does that mean? It means you stay full longer, okay? So if you are full longer, you're not going to be hungry. And that's how the medication works. Now, let's back up a little bit because you're probably like, is this Ozempic? Is this Wegovy? Semaglutide is the generic name, such as acetaminophen. That's the generic name. The brand name to acetaminophen is, a prime example, is Tylenol, okay? So semaglutide is the generic name, and the brand name is Wegovy. Originally, it was Ozempic, okay? So Ozempic came on the scene as this great drug for diabetes. And what they found was, wait a minute, these diabetics are also losing weight and their BMIs are going down. Hold up. Now, I can put my personal spin on it. I feel like drug companies have to make money. And so you're not making money if people don't need your medicine anymore. That's one thing. But they conducted another clinical trial to prove that its efficacy for weight loss, okay? And that gave, and of course it was approved. I believe it was a 15-month trial. And pretty much everyone lost about 15% of body weight, okay? And that drug can be marketed for weight loss under the name Wegovy. And that's where we are now, okay? Now, you'll say like, well, how come you're giving semaglutide, but you're giving a generic and you're not giving the brand name? Well, here comes the politics. If I write a prescription to someone for Wegovy for weight loss, insurance doesn't cover it. That first month alone will cost you $12.99 at Walgreens. Now, if you are a diabetic and your doctor prescribes Ozempic for your diabetes, insurance will pay, okay? But I'm not doing trickery and doing any fraud, so don't think that I can write it and say you have this. That's not how this works, okay? So I do have legal obligations and every other provider out here. Now, if you got it, go off. Go pay your $12.99 a month and get your Wegovy brand. Okay, now there are other drugs on the market, and this live is not about them. We're only going to talk about semaglutide. So that's Mounjaro, which is also known as Zepbound, right? And also is tirzepatide. Tirzepatide is the generic name, and we have Zepbound and we have Mounjaro as their brand names, okay? But I'm not talking about them, but it's the same type of setup. They are also GLP-1 receptor agonists, okay? So there has it. So we're going to stick back to semaglutide. Now, we obtain ours from a, what do you want to call it? Compound pharmacy. Now, I've even seen providers do these lives, and I'm like, well, damn, you're not, no, don't say that. Don't say that. They'll say they're not getting it from an FDA approved pharmacy, or they'll say, the FDA didn't approve these pharmacies to make the drug. Really? So a pharmacy gonna make a drug illegally? It's impossible. The drug company that makes the trade name Wegovy, Ozempic, could not keep up with the public demand. Therefore, compound pharmacies said to the FDA, I'm just making this quick in layman's term, hey, If they can't make enough supplies for the American public, unlock the formula for us to be able to make it. And that's what the FDA did. So the FDA approved, okay, the manufacturing of semaglutide by compound pharmacies. Now, this is where you have levels to pharmacies, right? You can either go shop at Food Depot, or you could shop at Aldi, or you could shop at Publix, or you could shop at Whole Foods. So there's levels to these pharmacies in terms of quality. Now for us, we use a pharmacy that is FDA registered, and only a small percentage of compound pharmacies nationally hold this recognition. Our pharmacy follows the exact compound composition of the brand name of semaglutide. I feel what's even special is ours is compounded with L-carnitine, which is a fat burner. Okay? All right, now, I'm here for questions. So y'all make sure, throw the questions in if you want to ask them. But at least you know what the medicine is, the name. So when we talk weight loss, it's Wegovy. You're a diabetic, it's Ozempic. At the end of the day, both of them are semaglutides. Okay, the dosing algorithm is different for diabetes and different for weight loss. So let's talk about it. And I'm doing this live because I'm seeing a lot of rogue practices. We're getting people who were with us before, and now they're with some trashy pharmacy. And the pharmacy, like I had one lady say, what pharmacy do you get it from? Because I'm getting it now from somewhere else, and I want to know where to get it. Are you serious? I said, so I'm supposed to do the work, but you paid another provider? I think it's only right that they tell you where to get the drug from, or they provide it to you. So this is the madness going on out here. How will she know where to safely get it from? So you have people also who want to be cheap, but this ain't the time to be cheap. You want to get what you pay for. This is your body, okay? So keep that in mind. Now, we safely do it. The protocol from the drug company says you start month 1 at 0.25. And that is where we start, everybody. Okay? 0.25 milligrams. Your body has to adjust to this medication. All right? Now, typically in month 1, the amount of weight loss is, I would say, the average. And let me teach people what average means. Average means that if we put everybody together and we add up how much they lost for the month and we divide it by that number, we get the average. Because people, when we tell them the average is 5, they're like, I didn't lose 5. And we're like, yo, we said the average, okay? So average weight loss month 1 is anywhere from 4 to 5 pounds. Okay? So just want to tell you that part. Now, when you go into month 2, you go to a higher dose, which is 0.5. So we doubled, right? And you're going to do 0.5 once a week subcutaneous injection. What does that mean? Your subcutaneous is the fat under your skin. And we have different parts of our body that has more fat. And we all know where our fat is, okay? So the tummy, the hips, right? You cannot give this intramuscularly, meaning into the muscle. We use the smallest needle possible, same as an insulin needle. All right, so just so you know that. Once a week, same day, same time. Month 2, we're at 0.5 milligrams. Average weight loss in month 2 is another 4 to 5 pounds. We have to get the body adjusted to the medicine. What am I seeing out here? I met someone, I was at a restaurant, and she pulled her vial out and needles. So this is madness. I'm like, you're not a health professional. I don't trust our clients to draw up this medicine. We do it for you. Why? It's called safety. Okay? If you OD on this, you can get very sick. All right, so we don't do that. But also, her provider started her at the high dose, and she said, I'm sick every day. Of course you're sick every day. You know, listen, it took time to put the weight on. Take the time to take the weight off, okay? So we don't do it like that. Strict guidelines. If you're away from us for a length of time and you try to jump back in and think you're going to jump back at your high dose, we don't do that either. That's not safe. You have to restart, okay? Now, month 3. Now we're at, where are we at? 1 milligram. And at 1 milligram, average weight loss can be about 7 to 8 pounds, right? So by the end of month 3, a lot of people, most people have lost at least 15. We've seen anywhere from 15 to 25 pounds by the end of month 3. The first 3 months are the loading dose, and they're mandatory. You can't skip it and get to, 1.7 or 2.4. All right. Now, you're going into the weight loss dosing now. 1.7 is the next dose for semaglutide, okay? Now we're in month 4. Now you're going to see a lot of weight coming off. And average is about 7 to 8, okay, more or less. And I'm going to tell you things that alter this average number, because it can be 1 pound. And I can tell you how you can lose 1 pound versus losing the 5 or the 8. So I'll go into that. The last titration of the doses, depending on how you're doing at 1.7. Some people do 1.7, they good, and they can come off. Or some people need to lose more weight, they stay on. But the next dose is 2.4. And now we've really shedding some pounds, okay? Now, we've had a lot of people in the program. The goal was 15 pounds. 3 months, 15 pounds, they're out of here. You have people who have to lose 200 pounds, real talk. And so they know they're going to stay on it longer, okay? Doesn't mean, oh, I'm 300 pounds, I'm going to lose 3 times that amount. No, it doesn't go like that, okay? Now, let's talk about how you can, mess this all up, okay? And it's what you do when you are at home. We cannot control the behavior of the client outside of the clinical setting. Meaning, I gave you the appropriate dose of the medicine. I'm telling you to take it once a week at the same day, same time. Now, you're doing whatever you want to do. Has nothing to do with me. Okay? And what I mean by that, I have seen, now we've been doing this 14 months. People may, I'm going to go into that. Good question. Someone just asked, if you stop, does the weight come back? That's what I'm leading into right now. Good question. Now, this is where I know the weight gonna come back. If you have not changed your lifestyle while you have been on this medicine, yes, that weight is coming back because you haven't changed anything, okay? So I have to shout that to the hills. I have seen people come pick up the medicine with McDonald's in their hand. I'm just keeping it 100 here. So how are you on a weight loss medicine, but you're still eating high caloric, non-nutritious food? Hello? So we do a lot of extensive teaching when people come onto our program to teach people how to eat. I think a lot of times here in the US, a lot of people really don't know how to eat because eating becomes a habit. Sugar and fatty foods are an addiction. Okay? Let me just say, this dog didn't bark all day, but now wants to bark. But anyway, so with that said, you have to change your eating habits. I think almost 90% of people that I've done consultation with tell me they don't eat. You heard what I said. I don't really eat. Now, come on now. So one thing I try to tell people to do is get a piece of paper or a notepad, and all day when you put something in your mouth, I don't care if it's water, write it down. It's called a food diary. It's the only way you can be accountable and hold yourself accountable for your eating. Then 10 o'clock at night when you're in your bed, take a look at all the stuff you ate. Because I don't think a lot of people realize that they are eating. You are eating. That's why you're gaining weight. So when I don't see people change their eating habits, they will gain the weight right back. This is the perfect time now that you're slowed down and you're not eating as much to be intentional. Supportive measures that I recommend, the Noom app. I love the Noom app. It works on you psychologically to eat healthier. Arbonne has a detox system that really works. You got to get your body out of the habit of having sugars. I mean, fraps. When I see people with fraps, I've had a patient pick up meds with a frap. I'm like, are you serious? You drinking that with all the whipped cream? Yes, you're going to gain the weight back. And typically we have seen that people who don't change their eating habits are the ones who say, this medicine didn't work. We get it all the time. We're sitting there like, really? The medicine didn't work? Or you didn't? Because, it's easy to point a finger than to take it, right? No, it doesn't target a specific area. Let me say that, okay? It doesn't. So, okay, quick question. I took it for the first time last week. I was so sick. All right, let's talk about the sickness. Tell me the symptom you had. Tell me the symptom you had. Most common symptom may be fatigue with the first shot or nausea. One of the biggest reasons why people get nauseated is fatty foods. Fatty foods or eating too much. So it's going to take a minute to you get in tuned, and you're going to be like, oh, this medicine is working because I am kind of full. But by habit, some of us finish our plates. It's just habit, right? I ordered this burger, these fries, and this drink. I'm going to have it all because that's what you usually do. Cannot do that. You have to cut your meal in half, okay? Yeah, throwing up yellow and green liquid. Well, green is bile. It's coming from your gallbladder. Now, let me say this, because I don't know everyone's clinical background. We have a very strict criteria in our office. So if you are full-blown fledged diabetic and your A1C tips into diabetes where you should be medically managed, I refer people to their PCP to see an endocrinologist. This is where you're seeing, oh, dad, their stomach stopped moving and all this. People have heavy comorbidities, and I'm not the manager of heavy comorbidities. And I make sure you are seeing your primary care provider, because listen, it's not just about getting you on these drugs. So in our program, blood work is mandatory, and it has to be within the past 30 days from your PCP. And if any piece of that blood panel that I want is missing, too bad. You guys still do it with us. So we check blood work. So let me say that. Make sure that whoever started you on your medicine did a full panel. Okay. But it doesn't target a specific area. You're going to lose weight wherever excess fat is. And only you know where you gained weight. I don't know that. So let's talk about, let's go back to that and talk about the side effect of nausea, vomiting, because this is very serious. And I tell people this, I hold their hand, I look in their face. I'm like, you have to promise me what your usual plate size is. Once you inject this medication, I'm going to need you to put it in half. So sometimes you have to do it for your body because your body isn't seeing it. Okay. Now, if someone is diabetic, I check their hemoglobin A1C and it's a 7, I don't start those people on the medicine. You have to go see your doctor. And matter of fact, now you're actually a diabetic, so they should pay for it now, your insurance. So let me say that, okay? But no, I'm going to send you to someone who needs to manage this, okay? Who should not take it is anyone who has a family history of thyroid cancer, or they've had any thyroid cancer. And then there's this rare endocrine disorder where you get tumors all over your body or something. So you have a history of that? No, I will tell you that. Okay. Some of the questions, let me go back. You couldn't hold anything down? Yeah. Yeah. So see, I don't know your medical history. So that's something that needs to go to your provider. I don't want to treat anybody on this live because then I have a legal responsibility. But you should definitely talk to your provider about what's going on. And another thing, I do see that with people who are not being titrated. Some providers think they're doing you a favor by starting you at a higher dose, and all they're doing is getting you sick. So let me say that part. I don't know if that's your case, but if you were starting on semaglutide, your starting dose should be 0.25. Period, and that's it. They should not be starting you any higher. That could be why you're sick. And if you're sick because you are on the higher dose, because they didn't start you appropriately, fire your provider. I said it. Fire them. You know what I mean? Because people out here playing cowboy, cowgirl, and this is people's health, okay? And I follow strict guidelines. So let me say that. No one has come off of us, out of our program in 14 months for any symptomology like that. And I'll ask someone, is your nausea or what did you have yesterday? And when they tell me, I'm like, now what? And they're like, oh yeah, I did do the most. They'll admit it like I did do the most. So you can't do the most. No fatty foods. This is the time to make a change. I said it, okay? This is not, I'm going to eat steak and eggs. This is not that diet. This is for the person, to me, honestly, I want people to come on this program who say, I'm ready to eat a healthier lifestyle. That's what we're trying to promote with our program. We're not just lose weight. That sounds crazy. I seen on someone's post the other day, and it's sad because sometimes I know these people, but someone put that they lost like 80 pounds in 3 months. If she lost 80 pounds in 3 months, you did it all wrong. You messing with her body. You shouldn't even do that. Now you got to worry about the long-term side effects of the medication because it wasn't done right. And I'm like, I hope she didn't lose 80 pounds in 3 months. That's ridiculous. And to the point, I'm going to say what I'm going to say because I just say what I want to say. If you want to be rogue about using this medication, but you're iffy about taking other type of medicines that we will all having controversy about, make it make sense. We have to be careful with all medications that we're using. So with that said, we check your thyroid. If your thyroid is out of whack, we will not start you, send you back to your primary care and get your thyroid studies together. Okay. We check hemoglobin A1C. We check to see if you are a diabetic. Okay. And, or if you're pre-diabetic range, that's fine. We will start you if it's pre-diabetes. Okay. So if your A1C is like a 5.9 or a 6, we get you started. We check a fasting cholesterol panel. I work cardiology for 20 years. I don't just look at total cholesterol. I need to see your healthy cholesterol, which is your high density lipoprotein, your HDL. I need to see your LDL, which is your low density lipoprotein. Okay. Because LDL should be under 100. If it's high, you have hyperlipidemia or high cholesterol, and that is a comorbidity. So pre-diabetes is a comorbidity. Hypertension is a comorbidity, and, high cholesterol. Okay. Those are the 3 comorbidities. If your BMI, and you can Google BMI calculator on Google and plug in your height and your weight, and it'll tell you your BMI. If BMI is 28, then you qualify for the medication. BMI of 27 can qualify as long as there is one comorbidity. Okay, so if you're on an antihypertensive medication, or we check the blood work and find cholesterol is high, or we check and find out you're pre-diabetic, okay? You can get started, just to let you know. Right now, we're doing free consultations. I'm going to tell you now, don't get on this call and don't get on my calendar with our team and do a consultation to ask everything that I just went over right now. I'm going to say, please, this is for serious people who are ready to pay. I'm going to tell you how much it costs. 3-month starting package is $12.99. Okay. You're not getting that anywhere. You're going to go to the websites and it's going to say $2.99 and all of that, but it got fine writing. And by the time they add it all up, you're going to be like, it is the same price she said. So $12.99, that includes consultation, education, 3 months of medication. Remember, our medicine has to be FedEx to us. So this is all counting in medication, the shipment. Also, your blood work panel is in that workup price. Okay. We don't bend and twist it. That is the price. Don't tell me I had cholesterol. Can I get $10 off and all of that? We're not doing that. $12.99, 3-month starter package. 3 months you may lose somewhere around, I would say, anywhere from 12 to 25 pounds. It's up to you and how much you're going to change your activity level and your dietary intake. I'm going to tell you that now. Okay. Now, you can't detox or fast while on this medicine, but you can definitely eat healthier. Now, the other thing I was going to tell you is after that, to continue up to the next 2 doses is $7.99 to buy the next 2 months. Okay. If you want, matter of fact, we have a package coming out. If you go to abrazaskinstudio.com and sign up, we have a package coming called, is it the body bundle? I think it's the body bundle, where you get 2 months of semaglutide, the first 2 months, and you get a lipo-dissolve treatment where we give the medicine that busts the fat and all of that. You get that, and I think it's $9.99. So that's coming. Okay. Some people just want to lose 10 pounds and get rid of a bra fold because they're getting ready for the summer. So we got something for you. And if you want to buy 2 lipo-dissolves, I think it's going to be $1,200. Lipo-dissolve is a medicine that kills your fat. So stubborn fat area. Some people got double chin. Some people got bra line. Most popular place we treat is bra folds on the back or the abdomen. And it does work. The body destroys the fat. The medicine destroys the fat, and the liver takes it out through the gut. All right. So I'm hoping this is helpful for you. We accept every credit card. We accept HSA, FSA. If you have health savings or is it federal savings account, we accept that. Also in our app, and you can click link in bio. It'll tell, if you go to Repeat MD in your app store, REPEAT MD, you can download that app and put a Brazza Skin Studio. Pick our closest location. We have one in Silver Spring, Maryland, one in Atlanta, Georgia. And in the app, it takes a firm. You can apply for a firm and have 0% financing, just so you know. In our office, we have Cherry. I believe that's in the link in bio. You can apply for Cherry. Both of these do soft credit checks. It doesn't affect your credit score, and you get a result in like 2 to 3 minutes. So those are your options. Any other questions? Did I miss anything? I'm scrolling. I don't think I see anything here. But let me say a couple things, because I've had people who had consultation. This is why I say, if you are serious, do the consultation. Because we did free consultations before, and I was sitting here like this. Like, yo, you knew the price. I told you already. You can go to our website. The price is there. Don't do the consultation and be like, how much? And we don't do bargain hunting. I'm not taking down prices because I know you. I don't care about any of that. It's $12.99, and it's sad that I gotta talk like this. But you wouldn't believe the things that people I personally know try me on in business. Business is business. Lipodissolve is a shot in a targeted area. Yes, it is. It's a shot in a targeted area. Yes. Three. I've had it in the back. My back was looking like a Shar-Pei. I promise you. I had folds. It takes 3. 1 is not effective for lipodissolve. You wasting money. Don't do 1. So that's why we have, I think it's 10 or 20% off 3. I think in the app, it's a sale in our app for it. But you can call the office tomorrow. We're there from 10, and we'd be glad to answer your questions for it. Yes, we'd be glad to answer it for you. And if you're Atlanta, it's 678. Look, I have to think of the number. 788-5562. Okay. Maryland, I cannot remember our numbers. Don't kill me. But if you go to BrazzaSkinStudio.com, it has all of our information there. I'm so sorry. So it goes through your gut. The fat comes through your stool. So initially, we inject all these areas with the medicine called PCDC. Asha gave me the number. Maryland is 443-291-9761. One day I'm gonna remember it. But so we inject those fatty areas, just so you know. And initially you get inflamed, right? Because the medicine is going to work. And I think you feel a little sore for about 3 days. And then after that, nothing sore where you need a narcotic. You just take some Tylenol, Motrin, and you'll be fine, okay? And we give you some arnica cream to take the inflammation down. And then your body, you drink lots of water, okay? And it goes through the feces. It comes through your gut. It doesn't give you diarrhea. It just comes through your gut, all right? But 3, always 3. It's a waste of time to do 1. Doesn't make sense. Now, let me tell you this. When people come to us and they looking real like, ma'am, you might need some weight loss with it. We do tell people. Because if you come in with a big old abdomen or something, it's like, that ain't it. But if it's an area that like your body is at goal, you happy with your size right now, but you want to get this stubborn fat, that's it. That's it. And I want to say, I don't want to quote it because I don't want to mess it up. But it's like $4.99 for 1 treatment. 3 is $1,500, but I think you take 20% off. Okay? I think that's how it goes. You save with the 3. Why? Because we don't want people doing 1. There's a reason why the 1 is high. You know, we don't want you to do 1 because it doesn't make sense. We've been doing it long enough. We've been doing that before semaglutide, so we know that ain't what you want to do. You want to be sure you get your 3, you happy, and you ride off on your horse in the sunset. That's what we want, okay? But it's not bad. I had it done. I had my abdomen. Matter of fact, I need 1 more treatment for my abdomen. I had 2. I'm just so busy, but I had 2. My back, I think we did 2 on my back. So I'd have 1 more to do for my front, 1 more to do for my back, and I'm done. But I don't have the bra folds at all. They never came back. They never came back. So it looks nice. It's just that I still have a stubborn area, like at my lower abdomen waist. And let me tell you this. I had lipo when I was 40. So I had lipo. No, I wasn't. I I had lipo in 2015, so 8 years ago. So I was like 42. I had lipo. If they had this back then, I would not have gotten lipo. I wouldn't have needed it. And let me tell you, the doctor did the lipo on my front 360. And in the end, I was like, sis, you could have took out more. But you know, it's a limit here in the United States. And afterwards, she had to do Cool Sculpt. And that doesn't work on me. Cool Sculpt, I find, don't work on dense fat. And I think African Americans, our fat is a little denser. Something with that Cool Sculpt, I don't recommend it. I was in so much pain after that procedure. I had that, it was a side effect from it where you have this neuropathy pain. So anyway, all I'm going to tell you, $7,000 later, no. Okay. That's me and lipo, to each his own. But for me, it just wasn't a good experience. And like I said, for all that money, now I could have did this. I would have did this and came back and do some rounds later on. The reason why you have to do 3 is that there's a max dose that we can give you at a time. In case you're wondering, it's a max dose. So that's why. Okay. We want to be good to your liver. We ain't trying to mess you up. Okay. So also with that, the FDA has a guideline on how much we can give in a setting. So just so you know that. Okay. All right. Any other questions? I think I bored y'all to death with semaglutide, but it works. This is what I was going to tell you. So I would get people do the consult, and I'm not trying to blast people. I have to tell you what, because sometimes you may be thinking it and you're wondering what's the response. So let me give some responses to common questions. I'll get people like, well, I don't want to take a needle. I don't want to take a medicine. And I'm like, yeah, but your hemoglobin A1C is a 6.5. So you're about to take some insulin or something in a minute. So you might as well what are we talking about? So my thing is, when you have these comorbidities on your body, they're silently killing you. You don't feel the death coming, but it's working inside. It's called metabolic syndrome. And so with that said, when you have these comorbids, get rid of it. I know people who like, oh, they taking Ozempic. Look at their face, or they talking bad about them. I'm going to do it on my own. And I'm like, well, you've been doing it on your own for like 5 years, and I'm not seeing nothing. Let these people live their best life. They don't have to take their diabetes medicine. They're not having to take their high blood pressure medicine. Sounds like they're winning. Okay, so let me say that. And to men, and I get a lot of men being very judgmental. And I'm like, if you're a man and you're walking around with a big gut, you're a walking time bomb. I'm just going to tell you right now. So it's nothing wrong with getting a medication to aid you to get healthier. I'm 51. I'm tired as hell. Soon as we done here, y'all, it's curtains. People don't understand that when you get to a certain age, especially women, every 10 years, 10% of our body turns to fat. So all the judging, oh, they on this medicine, and you're not saying nothing, especially if you sitting there and you should be on the medicine yourself. That's just how I feel about it. I don't make fun of anybody with it. And sometimes, yes, the face can change. It takes a minute for the skin to snap back. But we have clients and we got something for that, because if you're on our semaglutide, you become a platinum member at Abraza, which gives you a discount on skin services. So we have skin tightening, all that. Get out of here. I just feel like people need to do what they need to do for them. I am tired as hell. When I was in my 20s, I could wake up and go to the gym 5 days a week. At 51, it's hard. It's hard. And I'm saying it's hard, and I'm a smaller bodied woman. So imagine the person. Thank you, Joy. So imagine the person who has gained weight that hit 50. So I'm like, what is wrong with people? We want to be so judgy, especially on these platforms like social media. And I'm here to tell you, as a healthcare provider, I'm seeing people living a healthier lifestyle. I'm seeing people lose the medicine. You know what I'm saying? People who like, damn, I don't have to worry about that. Give me some years of life. You know what I mean? They want the energy. Their joints hurt. Because I'm going to tell you, today I came down the steps and I got one of them 51-year-old reminders. My ankle was like, So I be telling people, so no, I can't run. I broke an ankle before. I broke a hip before. So a lot of us aren't blessed to be a gym rat, because I find that gym rat people can be very judgmental, and it's not nice. You know what I mean? You're going to get older too. And you're going to see how when that metabolism starts changing, and us women, when that estrogen start going down, baby, that energy level changes. Okay. So any other questions? Any other questions? I'm here to answer them, okay? Or you could just go in a DM and ask a question. Sometimes people don't want to ask a question on a platform like this, and I totally respect that. But put it in the DM. If I don't answer you tonight, I promise I'm going to check in the morning, because I told you already what's going to go down when I come off of here. I'm getting ready. I'm going to go do my skincare, and I'm going to bed, okay? I think it's past 9:40. I gave all the love. So I hope that information helped you all. Please share this. Send it to a friend and tell a friend, send it to a friend. This is your whole consultation right here on semaglutide and lipodissolve. So like, share, follow. All right, everybody. Bye. Stay blessed.